Alright, I think I'm as clear as I'm going to be for the rest of this podcast now. So, thank you. Welcome on when you do join in. I can't wait to talk to you, hear about some Star Wars. You know, I just like talking Star Wars, ladies and gentlemen. That's like one of the favorite things to do. You can ask my wife; she gets driven nuts by me because I just end up talking Star Wars or my Trivia Underground League, which you can check out here on the channel too. Um, I'm not feeling that great today. Um, to be honest, I haven't really seen Solo yet, but surprisingly enough, being on YouTube enough, the spoiler reviews come out, and some people don't label the difference between a spoiler review and a just standard review. So it kind of got spoiled for me a little bit ago. But thank you, everybody who's signing on right now. I'm trying to find out my participants. This has been one rough startup of a live chat because you probably had to hear all kinds of crazy noises before you're even getting to the real good stuff that I'm talking about right now. But anyways, double checking on myself for sound. I'm trying to find out my participants. Okay, yeah, we're rolling pretty good right now. Anybody in the comments section? Looking out for you guys. Okay, so we're just gonna get to it right away here. Today on the Unknown Regions podcast, we really just want to go over, basically in detail, a couple questions that people had after Solo came out. First and foremost, like I said, this is spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie like myself, but you don't want to have it spoiled, get out of here now. Because right now we're going to say the first big spoiler off the bat. Darth Maul's in this movie. Yep, that's right. At the very end, that is Darth Maul. A lot of people had questioned me, is that who that was? And I can confirm on many different sources that it is Darth Maul. And in that time period, it's correct. It makes sense for him to be there. It does make sense. And I actually made a video about his arc in Rebels just recently. Thank you, Eli. It's good to see you in the shout out, my friend, or in the chat, my friend. I don't know how to respond in this thing. Apparently, I'm trying, but it's being super ridiculous right now. YouTube, they got to make sure it's as difficult as possible. There we go. Now I can write you guys. So, what was your take, Eli? I kind of wanted to hear what you had to say about this. If you have a free second, you can always live chat me too, and or on Facebook, and I'll pull you up on there so that we could talk. Because this is a spoiler review. I know you've seen the movie. I haven't seen it, but like I said, I already know what happens in the movie. It's sad that I found out the way I did, but anyways, I was also going to be one of those few Star Wars fans that was going to boycott this movie, but now hearing how exciting it is, I really kind of want to go see this movie now, especially hearing that Maul's in there after I just did one of the Rebels Arc videos. It's almost coming full circle for me. And I hope that you guys check out that video too. Now, I've been rambling on a little bit, but in the movie, it seems like we got to see the Kessel Run, which was not a surprise. That's been rumored to be in the movie from the very beginning. They also had, I think, the Lando Han card game, and they had an homage back to An Idiot's Array, which is an episode of Rebels that ties in with this whole universe. It really kind of lets you see that Dave Filoni and Ron Howard and the creative team over at Lucasfilm are actually hearing us about being upset about how The Last Jedi was. It kind of set up for us to have a good movie coming in right now. So, like I said, just comment below what you guys thought about the movie too, because I'm a little interested to see. I'm a little interested to see what your guys' takes on this movie were. And I don't care if you're one of our friends on the channel. You guys can talk about it right now. This is a good forum for all of us to kind of just, you know, express how we feel. And I'm also, if I ramble on too long and it seems like nobody's going to really comment with me, then I'll move on to talking about the Resistance series, which is another animated series by Dave Filoni coming out soon. And there's a couple things I realized about this particular series. First and foremost, that he said that it's a fighter pilot show, almost based off of like World War II dogfighting pilots. So, if you think about that already, and then you tie in some things from Rebels, just like how, you know, we're starting to see some Rebels in the movies, like with Han Solo, you get to see a little bit more connectivity between Rebels and that because they're in the same timeline. I could just see this in the same connectivity that you have over on the other side right now is Kevin Kiner, Freddie Prinze Jr., Mark Hamill. What do all three of those guys have in common? Does anybody know? Write in the comments below right now if you think you know what all three of those people have in common. If you know, I will give you a one-on-one battle for a live camera web match in this particular topic. Because if you know this and you've already heard of this, congratulations. Non-stop, intense pacing, no lull moments, in my opinion, too many aha reference moments, like, we get it, Kasdan. Give us some original stuff. Eli, you're brilliant. I take everything that you say to heart, and so I truly believe that that makes a lot of sense. It really does. Yeah, Kasdan is pretty notorious for doing stuff like that. Agreed. Original stuff, though. I don't think they've really been that original. Last Jedi was to an extent, but it was almost like, I feel like Rian Johnson was just trying to be George Lucas. So, getting off topic with that one, but going back onto the movie, I gotta go see that movie again, or I gotta go see the movie, and then after that I'll give a full review. But for today, I just kind of want to hear everybody else's takes about it before I go and see it, so that I can keep an open opinion. You know, the last movie I had an open opinion I thought in my head, but afterwards, after being so disappointed, I kind of came into this with a almost disappointment waiting because of how good Rebels ending was and how it set up the Resistance and possibly another spin-off show with Ahsoka and Sabine. It it would be cool to get an original story plot off of that and bring in Thrawn into the live action universe. And my buddy at Force Within TV, Mike, um, he was actually talking about a live action Thrawn. Uh, I think it was clickbait deal that another guy had said, and he went on to it basically talking about how, well, you'll have to watch the video, but it's Thrawn in live action, and as you think about that, the guy says off the bat that um, his face was painted blue already for the the casting process, and if anybody knows Star Wars, they don't really reveal stuff like that to the actors. I don't even think that they will, with alien characters, that they'll have them in character there. It's it it doesn't make sense to me. Not really at all. How anybody could assume that that's actually real or that rumor is real. I think that it's complete bogus. I would like to see Thrawn in live action, but this no way proves that Thrawn is coming out in live action. Unless they planted that. That would have to be intentionally leaked information to try to get people interested in seeing. Maybe a Disney feeler could have set that up. Hey, let's see if they like Thrawn. I don't know. We'll just throw it out there. Painted blue face and leak an interview. Do you think really Disney's that careless at this point? Like, they kept Mark Hamill quiet even though he was gonna die. You know? It's another spoiler, sorry. Well, anyways, we've gone on long enough without answering the question about what. Ah, thank you, Eli, and have fun in class, buddy. I know it probably is gonna suck, but you'll catch up on the rest of this video later on. Back on to what I was saying, though. What do Mark Hamill, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Kevin Kiner all have in common? Wing Commander. Now, I know some of you are going to be like, well, Jeremiah, what is Wing Commander? Wing Commander is actually a video game that stars our very own Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, in the video game on the third video game of Wing Commander. He's the main character, Maverick, and it's an awesome game. The story mode is pretty cool because it's like way ahead of its time for a story mode. Also starring the guy who plays Biff in Back to the Future. I can't remember his name right now. If I was training for a Back to the Future match, I'd probably know, but right now I don't really. I have no desire to train for that. So, but basically, Wing Commander had those two characters and then had a remake. I can't remember exactly when the remake was. I'm going to check that right now. I'll pull it up online. And I'll pull it up for you guys too so you can see what I'm looking at right now. Sorry for chewing my gum, but we'll go ahead. in Wing Commander the games, Filoni's around the age where that makes a lot of sense. So, if you think about it from that aspect, it honestly makes more sense than less sense, that's for sure. You know, that he would all of a sudden come up with, you know, another show that's kind of like Wing Commander after just picking Freddie Prinze Jr.'s brain and possibly getting to talk to Mark Hamill. And then you know who composed said movie score? Hold on. I'm going to pull it up for you so you can see how crazy I am. Okay? That's the last thing. And it's all about whether Kiner's going to do the score for this, but Wing Commander 1999. And right over to composer for this one. See full cast and crew. Bring it up for you guys. Be a lot like Wing Commander. And I hope it is, because I really like that movie. And if you guys check it out and like it too, let me know and come back here, write in the comments below. If you think that movie is complete crap, come back and tell me. But in the meantime, we honestly could use your help on Patreon. We need to get a little bit more security blanket for the channel. I hate to beg for help, but if you could even just buy your Star Wars merchandise through Amazon in the link on our page, that would help us a load. Also, if you guys do want to support the channel and get a shout out on our live Star Wars show next week, which I will create the live event on Monday, so you'll know whether it's going to be Tuesday or Wednesday that we're going to be doing this Star Wars talk. It should be on Tuesday again next week. The only reason that I moved it over is because it was my son's birthday yesterday, so I felt like that was a justifiable reason for me to shut down the channel for, a day. So we have 2 videos going up today, this live one and then a Trivia League update. Just go and check them out. Thank you guys. I didn't want to roll over an hour, and you guys allowed me to do that, so thank you very much. Eli, once again, big shout out, buddy. Thank you for helping me and talking to me in this chat so that it kind of got me rolling. Like I said, I haven't been feeling that great today, so to even be rolling right now is nice. So thank you guys again. I'll talk to you next time, and may the force be with you always.